Hey everybody, this is Grace, and pardon that you're looking at an optical illusion. That's how I see it. It's kind of hard to go, which one goes in, which one goes out. But anyway, this is how it is today. We had a storm come through last night here north of Dallas. It wasn't as bad. It was last night, late last night, early this morning kind of thing, and I remember getting up and saying, whoa, it was like 3 something or around then. I was like, whoa, that sounds strong. It was a different sound. And I've been through plenty of storms. And then, but another area of Texas is really getting lots of tornado watches and warnings and all that. But not this part didn't. But anyway, this morning it kept raining until probably, I don't know, sometime in the morning, and it finally stopped. It wasn't bad after that first initial one, but later on they had already said that we were going to have strong winds come through. Strong winds came through now. It's 5:01 p.m. So I'm sitting out here. I would go somewhere, but no, I'm not going to go when the winds are they're gusting so strong in the house. I was actually hearing that scary wind thing, when it's like just like in a scary movie, the wind. And pardon, you also hear picking up the recyclables, the big truck. Boy, let me find my words today. But anyway, I took a nap because when I woke up that time, I think it was. I think I woke up and it was, I don't know, 2 something, and then I woke up again at 3:30 and stayed up. And then I fell asleep a little while ago and took a short nap. But anyway, in this video, I want to talk about weird coincidences. And I do that every blue moon because in my life, let me tell you, I have a lot of weird coincidences happen. Now, I do believe they are coincidences. I don't believe there's something mystical, magical, whatever, that causes these things to happen. But I tell you, I had some really doozies of weird coincidences in my life. But some of them are just like a bunch, like recently it's been, more of them are like tiny ones, little ones. But they come back to back to back, like that. One, after another. Okay, where was I? Back to back. Yeah, I was talking about that. But yeah, they really, some of them are tiny, but it's weird that they happen, so many happen at the same, happen one right after another. Like a small one, let's see, when was it? I can't remember how it happened exactly, but a few days ago, I like to watch this guy, this older gentleman. He's from Nova Scotia. He's really nice and sweet kind of guy. He talks about his life, but he also feeds raccoons. His channel went boom, like around the time, early. I think he said early 2020. I was already watching it then, I think. But yeah, his just channels, woo. But for me, and he even said this, for me, it helps me calm down. I watch him every night before I go to bed, and it calms me down and, helps me to get more, not tired, but it calms me down to where then it's easy for me to go to sleep. And I'm not saying that would be for anybody else, but I know it does for me. And, like if I feel anxiety, it's good to kind of watch him feeding the raccoons. They're none of them have ever bitten him that I've seen, or maybe they're just not mean like some people put out raccoons. And anyway, so I like to watch him. Well, you know how it is. Like I watch my videos I watch on TV. Okay, and that's why I usually don't comment on anybody's videos because I'm watching them on TV. But you know how it makes it, like, if you have done that, or anyway, that it will recommend channels. Like the first one will be a recommended channel if nobody that you watch has uploaded any videos, made public any videos since you last watched. We'll recommend one. Well, so I watched this guy on that channel with who's feeding the raccoon. So of course, the raccoons videos would pop up, and like one of them I watched kittens and cats and kittens with their kittens, and of course other videos from other channels will pop up every once in a while. You know how it works, right? Maybe, but anyway. So the other day, I was watching his his channel, and I thought, I wonder, because he talks about some of the raccoons show back up every once in a while, and he's named some of them. But I was wondering, I wonder if that albino raccoon ever shows up again. And I thought, wait a minute, was it him or one of those recommended ones that, the albino raccoon was on? And I was just thinking, I didn't search for it, I didn't go looking, nothing, just thought about it. And you can get what happened. Like yesterday, I don't know if it was the day after or not yesterday, before. Boy, I cannot remember, but anyway. Sure enough, right after that, the next time I went to watch him, or in the day, that video showed up, popped up as recommended. First one recommended was the albino raccoon, but it wasn't his channel; it was somebody else's channel. So I'm like, that's too freaky. It's a coincidence, a really odd coincidence, because I haven't thought about the albino raccoon for a long, long, long time. And I'm like, I was just thinking it, like I said, I did not search it, nothing, but there it was. And it pretty much was, like I said, it kind of freaked me out, because I keep having these little ones pop up recently, and even things like I'm thinking something and I'm in the other room and I'm thinking about it, and I come out and Adam says something just like it. I'm like, whoa, stop reading my mind. And I mean, it's not like these things, it's the first time in my life. Like I said, my life is filled with these weird coincidences happening back to back. Actually, like I said, more back to back lately, but in my life I've had plenty of weird coincidences. So, and some things also happened, like yesterday. Adam took this week off for vacation, but he didn't take it off on Friday. He decided on Monday or Sunday that he was going to tell his boss Monday morning that he was going to take a week off. And actually, his boss is not, well, anyway, I won't go into detail, but so, in the morning he told him, and the guy said, yeah, take off at noon. And Adam works from home. So taking off is just turning the computer off, program. And because they had some things they needed to get done, right before then. So that's what he did. And, okay. All right. So that was Monday. And today's Wednesday. And you hear the trash. Ours is Wednesday. Anyway, yesterday, we had some work done in the yard, and my shirt felt like I'd taken a shower that morning. The shirt I had put on, it felt like it was itching after doing that. And yeah, we had these little bitty tiny, I don't know if you'd call them gnats or what, but they're black little things. They were all over the place after that, after the yard work and all. And it was a lot of stuff, too. We had a professional come and do it. But anyway, they were all over the screens, just crazy after that. Inside the patio, we had a screened-in patio. Inside, oh my goodness. And so I figured, it was probably those. And it's just a thing. And it was really annoying to me. So maybe what we did would help. But so I went in and I changed the shirt, and I said, I want to wear that one. That one's comfortable. I was thinking to myself. And I said, no, I usually wear that tomorrow on Sunday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. So, yeah. And What was funny was before that, Adam had said that he was sitting there going, what day of the weekend is it? Is it Saturday or Sunday? And it was Tuesday. But he had told me that, and I just kind of laughed and I didn't think about it until today. When I went to get a shower, I got my shirt out and I said, this is the shirt I was going to wear on Sunday, and today's Wednesday. That's when it finally hit my brain that I had thought that the day before, yesterday, that I'm not going to wear that shirt because I was going to wear it Sunday. It was like this, that was kind of weird that it happened. I didn't even think about it. It was like, whoa. And one of the things that I know that I've got to get a handle on is my sleep deprivation, because I don't act normal with the sleep deprivation, the foggy brain, because I'm diabetic and it's not under control. I haven't yet, I'm not going to talk like I'm a doctor or healthcare. I know what it is for me, because I've had plenty of actual healthcare professionals tell me. So anyway, but yeah, it's for me. See, for me, that doesn't mean it's for you. It's connected to all that. And I'm actually getting better about getting more sleep, but I have a good idea of what's causing it. So we shall see. Okay, now that I'm sitting out here, no wind gusts. At least I don't hear any. But in the house, man, especially, the little optical illusion, whenever the wind hits that, oh man, makes so much noise. And the wind was so strong that when I opened up the front door, Adam was standing out back, and the wind, he wanted this fresh air to come in with the wind and all. And I opened up the front door, and it wanted to slam that front door back. It was that, the wind was that strong. But I've actually had a time when the wind was coming from the other direction, and I opened up that door, and it just, like somebody pushed me hard. I was behind the door, of course, and just pushed me hard. And when it happened, I pushed back because I was afraid it was somebody trying to rush in. My automatic response was to push back and lock the door. And I did. But it was the wind. At least I think so. Yeah, it could have been many things. Anyway. Okay, so anyway, I've had a lot of weird coincidences lately. Now, I know people who want to make it into something more than it is, because they just can't explain it away in their minds, in a logical fashion that, okay, this happens. Coincidences do happen. They have to put, some of the people that I know, like I said, not all the people I know, but they want so hard to find a reason. They come up with some kind of, conspiracy. I'm trying to avoid saying that word, but yeah, it's that illusional pattern perception, and all that goes along with that. Pseudo profound BS, and from all these things. I used to do videos on one of my channels about all this, and from actual research. And they want to explain it in some way they can handle it, and then just kind of dismiss it, because it's kind of stressful to think that, hey, you know what, coincidences happen, and this happened, and it did happen, and there's nothing, no force causing it to happen. That's some kind of thing that you can say, oh, I'm so special because this force is visiting me. And there's a deeper meaning behind it. No, it's a coincidence. Okay, it's a coincidence. These are my views. I could be wrong. People might see me as wrong. I don't see myself as wrong in this. So, you might. Okay, that's your opinion. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, because there's always somebody with an opinion. It's going to be counter to yours, and they're going to think that they're superior. That happens too, especially with people that I have known who do this, who come up when say it's something mystical, magical, something magical is happening when a coincidence happens. No, it's a coincidence. How many minutes do we have in a day that anything can happen that just is coincidental? And but I like to talk about them because I find some of them very interesting. But usually I don't make a video when it happens, and I just move on. I just, it's happened, move on. No big deal. But some people will make it a big deal. I mean, a huge deal. Oh, it's this and that, and you need to listen to the warning, or you need to listen to the meaning. You need to listen to the message. It's a coincidence. Coincidences happen. So, I know I disagree with a lot of people. I don't. People that I've run across recently, I disagree with their way of looking at stuff like that. Coincidences happen. Why is it so tough to believe, but yet they'll believe that something magical is happening? Wow. Okay, you can't believe that coincidences happen, but you can believe that something magical is happening. I don't know about that. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about one that happened when I was a kid. And I guess when I was a kid, that's when I started developing, a different way of looking at things than many people I was around. But when I was a kid, we had those, I'm 58 years old. When I was a kid, it was a long time ago. And we had those old-fashioned telephones. My dad had one that sat on his bedside table and on his side of their bed. And there was one in the living room, in the kitchen, for all of us, and it was on the wall. Those old-fashioned, they were rotary, isn't that what it was called? Rotary. You had to dial the number, actually, D-I-A-L, the number. And anyway, when I was a kid, I would say, telephone's going to ring, and they'd all look at me and say, stop that, because they knew what happened, the telephone would ring. And I would say, it's going to be, and I'd say the name of the person, and it would be. Okay. And they were all like, that's creepy, and something, they'd come up with one of these mystical, magical, whatever kind of reasons for it. But I knew that it was just coincidence. And, but I did later on ask, the way I saw it was, I just understood who would usually be calling at that time of the day. Okay, I knew their patterns and all that. But also I asked someone who, I think it was Adam, and he's an electrical engineer, and somewhere else maybe over these years, and said, yeah, some people can, I don't know if it was him, I think it was somewhere else, that people can pick up on frequencies or something, just a few seconds before it happened. And now, these days with cell phones, well, I'm not attached to my cell phone. My cell phone is usually in another room, way in another part of the house. So it doesn't happen, because I'm never around it. Really seldom ever around my phone when it actually rings. Really. That's strange. So I don't know if that would happen, but I doubt it. I don't think it would be the same thing. But I can't remember it ever happening with my cell phone. So, but anyway, like I said, some things there is a logical explanation for it. There's no reason to take it into that magical. It's going to have magic behind it, and something like that. It's just differences in people. Now, since I was a kid, I have had. I don't even want to say the health problem, but because some people say, "Oh, I have that too," and no, each person is an individual, and I know from CT scan again on July 3rd, I think this year, from the hospital, of course, that they found it again. I've known about it since 2000, the first time they saw it on a CT, but that was my first CT that would ever showed it. So I've had it since I was a kid. And, but basically, that health condition, it makes me could be that health condition makes me more sensitive. All around, I'm sensitive to medication. I hear things that, before other people hear them. I smell things before other people smell them. And then, like I say, before they do, that means that they actually at some point do. Like, could be a few minutes later. or then it's like you hear a train. I hear them before other people. When I used to live by where there was a train, I don't anymore, but I would hear them before other people, and they'd say, "Oh, you're just saying that." Then they would hear it a little bit, like a few minutes later. So, but it makes me more sensitive to things, and that could have been part of it. That I would, sense it in this way. But I'm not an expert on that. That's not my area of expertise. But yeah, I could see something that's logical. And I think I truly do, because of my health condition, my analytical skills are very high. I have a genius IQ, and those would be, that's what I see. I'm not a professional. I'm not a healthcare professional, so I cannot say I'm a social and behavioral scientist. So, but yeah, I think that it's connected to that. But there's a whole bunch more involved with it. So, but anyway, I do tend to think very logically. I don't, want to say that woo stuff. Really, I don't. It's just not part of me to do that. So, anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and go in. And I've realized I need to start doing this more often. Coming outside, I usually want to go to the nature preserve or a park or something and do them. But sometimes it's going to be like this. It's continued. I've been doing this for years. Um, so sometimes it will be like this. Sometimes it won't. But I realize I do need to do more because, yeah. So we'll see. I'll talk to you on the video. Bye.